There we go. You guys are atop the tomb at Amenephis, although it's basically the only part of it that you can even see. The rest is buried in sand. It is late in the afternoon at this point, about 6 p.m. Just having deciphered a very like a crude riddle, I guess I would say, that was jotted into the base of a statue while standing on a big stone. That's clearly blocking an entrance of some sort, but it didn't look ancient, I guess is how I put that. It looked a little more recent. But anyways, as soon as that had gone through, something, a Naga-ish shaped creature had appeared in the sands. Pogo tried to convince him via Nazim, because Nazim was the only one that was able to communicate with
It
him.
was a really good
All right, I'm
attempt,
back.
guys. Really good attempt.
It would have been fine. It was even really that the wording potentially could have been, but the extra layer potentially of Nazim trying to speak for you without Pogo's level of persuasion makes that a little more difficult, especially because Nazim is not particularly persuasive in that sense. So, anyways, that you were worshippers of Masensu. The Naga did not take that very well. It cast a bolt of Finger of Death that hit Nazim in the chest. And that was where we left off. So I'll go ahead and jump us over there. Fox, it finished. I see you in the game, but it did finish loading for you completely?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let me jump us over. We'll give that a second, because that map might... It's not big or anything, but just to make sure that everybody gets moved over.
I'm also gonna yell to Nazim to keep telling them that we're friendly, not foes. Just, in hopes.
Sure.
Doesn't matter.
He hasn't moved beyond having raised a hand up, like a kind of skeletal humanoid hand, and blasted Nazim with it. He hasn't put the hand back down. He did attack Nazim already, but it's kind of up to you guys if you're going to continue trying to speak to him politely or not.
Sorry, I didn't roll my thing.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your initiative, everybody. Do combat trackers up.
Oh, I'm guessing my 13 didn't hit the little one.
I thought we went through that already. Let me double check. Didn't we go through the because you had that and Pogo had something held, I believe.
I know I rolled 2 hit and I got a 13, but we didn't.
His AC is a 15. Yeah, so it did not. I thought we'd already resolved it, but yeah, maybe we didn't. I was in a bit of a rush. Oh, I'll tell you guys too. Esther has a foxtail, or had a foxtail. Yeah, and it was really, really bad. She had it for like a week, and she's just... The thing is, like, it's really annoying because she's tough and like wouldn't tell, like she wasn't displaying that it was hurt. She was just licking the bottom of her paw for a few days. And she kept running and playing, and when she runs a play, she jumps really fucking high to play fetch, and was just landing on it. She'd do that, 100 times probably during that duration of a few days, chasing the ball and jumping up and trying to catch it and then landing right on it. And anyway, so I took her into the vet. I had to do an emergency, to move the appointment up to an emergency because it started like bleeding through the top of her foot. It literally had gone through the bottom of the paw pad and up through the top of her paw. That's how bad it was.
Jeez.
And it had moved around a bunch in the middle during that time because she just kept running and playing on it. And she didn't give me any major indications. Like I made the appointment because she kept licking her foot, so I kind of thought there might be something in there, but I didn't think it was that serious because she just wasn't acting like she was in pain. I literally fucking clipped her toenails, meaning I had to hold that paw, like squeezing it in my hand, and clipped her fucking toenails for all 4 of her feet, but the paw that had the foxtail in it too. And she just didn't react. She just seems like she didn't like getting. She never likes getting her toenails clipped, but she doesn't fight or anything like that. So, I mean, I probably made it worse doing that too. But anyways, through all of that, had to go in. They had to do like a little exploratory surgery and open her whole damn foot up. And they got it, which is good news because those things can like travel all throughout the body. And if they don't find it, it can just get worse and worse. But anyways, they found it, but she needs a lot of extra care for the next couple of weeks. So I might have to like take her outside and stuff like that because she can't walk on it, obviously. So, that said, if we need to take a break, I'll let you know. It might be, something hurry. Like I might have to, set the headset down quick and go. But I'll let you know if that comes up. All right. Let me start that. Why is that track not playing?
Oh Christ! I've got the top fucking. Okay.
You what?
No, I'm just.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, your first
I'm
initiative?
Yeah.
Yep. The right track isn't playing, so let's do this one instead. Yeah, that'll work. That's too loud, though. Let me turn that down. All right. So, Pogo, you are first. You don't have to fight necessarily. We're just using initiative order. Although, you do obviously know this thing is hostile and intending to kill you guys. So, what are you doing?
When I guess would Pogo know this spell at all? Would he recognize it?
Pogo has definitely seen it before. In fact, you have seen Nazim use this spell before.
Okay, so he probably understands the basics of it.
You do know that when... okay, so just to give some basic understanding. Yeah, the Rat Ogre, Nazim had hit the Rat Ogre with it, and it turned back into a zombie after he had killed it with that. Yeah. So you definitely understand that there's a pretty severe threat, yes.
I'm thinking more like what's required to cast the spell. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of, with my newfound powers since coming back from the dead, I'm going to kind of call on my strength. And I'm going to cast blindness on the creature.
Okay.
So it can't see anything.
You are specifically using the blindness part?
Yeah, I'm specifically using blindness, so I think it can't hit what it can't see with that spell at least. Oh, fuck!
21. Oh. He succeeded.
He succeeded on that one. Okay. I will then... I'm still on...
yeah, you're still on Pietro. How high up, by the way? Because you weren't super high up, but...
I was like... Oh, boy, I don't remember. I don't think I was very high, though.
Yeah, I think you were like maybe 10 feet above the rock, something like that. I know you were close from it because you were talking with them, through the wind and everything. So 10.
I actually think I might have been on the rock. So I think I was flying before I got to the rock, and then I think I was on the rock trying.
Did you? Okay, you landed after. All right, so we'll say okay. All right, in that case, I'll just leave it at 0, unless you're going to go up.
The thing that we were reading or doing or whatever, wasn't it like? Was it with the whatever the height that was? I would have just been at that height. I don't think.
Yeah, then you would need to be standing on the rock then, yeah, because it's at the base of that statue that's directly to the north. Okay.
I knew we had this conversation last week, but I couldn't remember where it ended up. So
yeah, that's all right.
Standing on the rock.
No problem.
Okay. I am going to. I've got such little feet. I'm going to use my better flying speed currently to.
You mean Pietro's speed? Is that what you're saying?
Speed.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Still on him. So I'm going to use him to fly behind this wall.
Okay.
Can I move myself?
There is a wall in the way, so you'll probably need to go down and then left. You can just go to the correct place. That's fine, as long as it's within range. But that wall to the left of you that's probably what's preventing you from dragging.
The game is paused. That's the problem.
Oh, it isn't.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't paused, but it might have been. I just paused it and unpaused it again, so refresh for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and land down on the ground.
Okay.
I'm going to get off Pietro, which I will also need your help with.
That actually. Well, try this real quick. Right-click yourself, and then do you see an icon on the bottom right that looks like a circle? Yeah, click that, and then you should have different options for on the broom or yourself. Yeah, no, let me adjust your size back again.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. You're good.
Right,
I just had to adjust your size back.
Perfect. So I'll be there. I'll add Pietro back onto the thing.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So you moved over there.
So I'm moving over there. I get off the bird. I've used my action, and I'm going to, as a bonus action.
The wall's about 6 feet tall, by the way.
Yeah. So I can be down.
Yeah, plenty of height for you. Yeah.
All right. What's Pogo gonna do?
Oh, give me a perception check.
All right.
Because you were flying above high enough, you might have been able to spot something potentially.
Yeah, because I would have been flying off the rock.
Yeah, if you had just walked there, probably not. But flying, yeah, you saw another slithering skeletal form coming out from the north. You can't see it from where you're at now. Sure, it's up to the north somewhere. Exactly.
I'm gonna yell out. There's another one of these snake things coming from north, guys. Coming from past the statue area. Just gonna kind of yell out while I land.
Okay.
I'm also gonna let him know he's very strong. My spells didn't take. He's he's physically very strong. And then, as a bonus action, I'm actually going to use Bardic Inspiration on. I'm going to turn around the corner, and I'm going to yell to Norak. I'm just going to say, if you kill them all, I'll buy you a beer. So you get an extra D12 on a roll if you need one. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. That brings us to Sarah.
Oh, that changes things. All right, hang on. How big is this boulder thing?
It's pretty appropriately sized as far as the map is concerned. So like 20, 25 feet across.
How
Quite
high
huge.
up from the ground, like tall?
Oh, for you to be able to clamber above it, about half that. And I'll tell you that it's clearly sitting inside of sand and dirt, and it's about half buried in the sand and dirt. So you could, 15 feet, 10 to 15 feet to climb up.
Okay, and I think that
But there
this
is-
hasn't seen me yet.
You have no
Because
reason to
I'm
think that it
super
has
small.
seen you, correct? Yeah.
Okay. Then, man, I really want to do both, but I can't do both. Okay, so we're gonna try. I'm going to cast. Oh no, never mind. It's in my features. The chronal shift thing.
Okay.
Is that
Okay.
the right one?
The one where you can move and then teleport back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna start it from where I'm at. I'm gonna
Okay.
hop on the broom,
Okay.
and I'm gonna fly 60-foot cone oh, goddamn object in my way.
That is not the one I was thinking of. So hang on.
Alright.
Chronal Shift is the one where you can force them to re-roll.
Oh, whoops. Nope, that's not the one I wanted then. Hang on. But I want to fly over the boulder to over there.
Okay. I think it's inversion is the other one.
Where the hell is my inversion?
I'm looking for it now,
Bonus
too.
action. Right, there it is. First level, bonus action. There we go. And then, 60-foot cone should reach from where I'm at, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Then we are going to cast Cone of Cold.
Okay. DC 18 con save. He succeeds. Barely. Got an
It's gonna
18.
Make me put this thing up here. Hang on,
That's fine.
how
You
do
can
I
drop
change
it. Yeah, you go ahead and drop it. That's fine. And then you can click it and delete it, or I can.
that? Okay. Oh man, he still takes half damage though, right?
Yep, I think so.
Alright.
Half as much on a successful save, yeah. All right, 45. He'll take half.
And that is my turn.
All right. Here we go. So 22 damage to him. Are you not reverting? You're staying there. Anytime before the start of your next turn, you may use a reaction. So you don't have to do it now. But
Okay, I want to know, is this possible if I'm like closely watching him, if I see him start to cast a spell in my direction, can I use my reaction to shift back?
Sure, that's fair. I would say that you'd be able to see, some. Actually, you know what? He already has his hand out, but it is pointed above your head. It is pointed towards Nazim. He is much like he's probably 12 feet tall and is basically eye level with the rock, so well above you. He'd have to aim his hand way down to aim in your direction. I would say that you have a moment at least to try and react in the event that he targets you.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I will wait here for now.
All right. Well, good timing because it is his turn. So,
Okay.
but he does not, at least at the moment, does not appear to be aiming in your direction. Although the kind of blast of cold that went over him didn't seem to be too severely damaging. I guess it did hurt him. It is normal, is what I'm saying. He's not resistant or vulnerable, is what I'm saying. But you see him kind of lifting both, where he had one hand kind of pointed in Nazim's direction. He brings it back towards his chest and kind of almost like he's holding his sphere between his hands almost, has his fingers kind of extended out.
I'm gonna pop back.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that's going to hit a big area, and I'm standing awfully close to these guys.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm popping back.
All right. well, I guess you then see him beginning to kind of pull out these kind of strings. Oh, I guess I'll need to. Yeah, that's fine. You can just move yourself around that wall, to get back over where you were. For Arteme and Nazim, though, see these kind of stringy, greenish, almost liquid lines, I guess, appearing between his hands, and a kind of a thick, viscous, almost gas, like a cloud, beginning to appear between his fingers and rapidly expand in the direction of the cloud or of the rock there. Areas heavily obscured. The creature must make a Constitution saving throw. So con save for Arteme and Azim, and I think Sarah actually maybe even after moving back, this may.
Oh man.
No, it'll be you're just outside of it, so you'll have at least a moment to potentially escape it. As that there.
That's what I was hoping. That's why I went a little bit closer.
Hey,
so
you just barely made it out. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
That worked perfect. Because you actually would have been in it before if you can see it. I don't know if you still can. It would have been just on the other side. Fox got a 17, and Nazim got it's a DC 20 rather. So you guys both failed that. It is 20 damage to. Is it really that? Yeah, I guess so. 5d8 on a half as much success. And it moved. Yeah, that's fine. So 20 damage to you, Nazim and Arteme. And you can see that the cloud is moving as well. It's not going to stay still. It will be moving. So you guys would be aware of that at least. And let's see. The area is heavily obscured. You guys wouldn't be able to see him any further either. So, although I'm going to tell you that you can hear movement, you can tell that he's moving. You can't tell where he's moving to now that he's obscured, since you can't see through the cloud. And over there, and that is it for his turn. Ben, the Bone Naga in front of you. It is his turn, or it is the Bone Naga's turn, is immediately going to spin in your direction and make a wisdom save. Getting awful sleep, but trying to take care of Esther's stupid foot, so I'm a little slow today, guys. Sorry. I think that beats it, pretty sure. Oh, it was only... No, DC 10 definitely can't be right, so I did something wrong there. But you still beat it. I don't think it would be as high as 20, because these are the minions. And I don't think anything happens on a success.
Potion is not held.
Yeah, so... I'm almost certain that fails anyway. Well, 20... It wouldn't be 20, so you succeeded. That's fine. He attempted to use Hold Person on you, and then is going to spin around behind you. And that is it for him. The other that is north, nobody can see that yet. He's got a speed of 30. About yay. Pogo, you do see one slithering out from the area that you had noticed it before. It is moving to the southeast, not towards you directly, but towards your other small friend. Arteme, is your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and yell out then that there's one coming up to your left, Shadow Girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I see any of them from in here, or I'd have to move?
The thing is, the cloud itself is what's obscuring your view, so you'd have to be out of the cloud to be able to see. You can still attempt to attack things or do, others. Basically, you can still try to shoot at the areas that you think it would be at. It's just a disadvantage.
Okay. Alright, so I guess first of... which direction is the cloud moving it to?
Southwest. It moved toward, like he blew it towards you guys, and it's moving southwest. So it'll probably still be on you next turn, I think, but not the turn after that unless you got out of it. Look at the speed that it moves here real quick. It moves 10 feet, actually, so yeah, it would take a couple of turns, actually, before it would be off of you.
Okay, for those who are directly challenged, is it moving towards Sarah, or...
It's moving towards Sarah, exactly.
Her. Okay.
Yep. Bottom left is the direction it's moving.
Alright, so I will move. Oh, wait, what?
If you're trying to drag yourself, you may. There you go. Yeah. So that's a rock wall. You
Oh,
can
okay.
climb over it. You can climb over it. It's not super like it's 4 feet tall maybe, like a waist high kind of a wall, a little bit higher. So you can climb over it, but that's why it won't let you drag it. So if you're trying to get to the other side, I'll move you over real quick.
No, I was just trying to get like on top of it, but I guess I can't. Okay. I was just gonna try and go like on top of the wall, like
You-
on top there.
You could jump onto the statue there from the rock over to the statue.
That's what I mean, like on top
Okay.
of the statue.
There you go.
Just outside. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I'm going to use produce flame on here.
The bone dogger that you can see.
Yes.
Okay. Hit him. There you go. Yeah, you did it. Thanks, Fox. All right. For a 22, that'll definitely hit. All right, 12. Apply. Okay. It seems like it takes the full damage, I guess is what I'm saying. It's not resistant or anything. Okay.
Awesome.
Bonus actions.
No, not at this moment.
All right. That'll bring us to Norok.
Remember, you got an extra D12 too if you need to use it for a
you
save
did.
or attack, whatever.
You did hear a lot of like crunching and like rubble being moved around, that kind of stuff. Rocks being kicked, that kind of thing, to the northeast of you, G.
All right, so obviously I saw where Homeboy went. I spun around and see what you just said. That's not good.
Yeah, you can't see. Well, you haven't seen him, but you
I
can
just see
hear
a
the
giant
noise.
poison cloud, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. You see the giant
Okay.
poison cloud, and then you hear like rocks being. Basically, you can tell that something very large was moving to the northeast of you. But you do have this little, this littler one that's next to you. It's only 5 feet ish.
All right.
Oh,
I'm going to attack little dude over here.
all right.
Since I see him at the moment, and he just tried to hold person by person.
Hold person, my person.
question.
Yep.
If you're immune to poison, does that mean you're immune to poison damage or just poison?
The poison condition. Hang on. So
Gotcha.
there's one exception to that, and druids might be it. I think it's actually monk and not druid. I think it's pretty sure it's monk that is immune to poison damage. But the condition and poison damage are two separate things. So let me double check here real quick.
I'm just curious because I know I have an immunity to it from one of my druid thingies.
Yeah. The spore druid has immunity to it as well. Not just condition, but poison damage. Is it Nature's Ward that you're referring to? Which ability, Fox? Is that the one?
That's not the one. Where is it? I don't remember the name of the one.
Nature's Ward is when you reach 10th level, you can't be charmed or frightened by elementals or fey, and you are immune to poison and disease.
Oh, yeah, that one.
That one, though, Monk's Purity of Body feature grants immunity to poison damage, the poison condition of both. That is both. And the Druid one for Nature's Ward. When you reach 10th level, you can't be charmed or frightened and immune to poison and disease. Thus, there's no reason to believe Nature's Ward would work any differently. Immunity to poison means you're immune to both poison condition and poison type damage. Never mind. So according to that's the book didn't specify it, but Stage Advice, which was like a Twitter thing that the developers did, included poison or Nature's Ward rather immunity to poison damage. So you can take that 20 back.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, what you doing, G?
Raged and reckless and bring weapon master attack on the little skeleton dude here.
All right. 12 will not hit.
Even with the
That might have
advantage, I'm
screwed
not
it.
rolling good
Yeah, not with the 12 there.
yet. Did you see my initiative, even with advantage?
6. Did you roll a 1 plus with your modifier?
Yeah, I think it was like a 1 and like a 3 or something that I rolled. So,
Yeah.
well, good. All right, second attack.
That'll do. 12. All right. Yeah, but are you doing a third or no?
No, because I didn't frenzy yet.
You
and
raged?
Yeah, I just regular raged, and then I didn't get both hits with the sword, so it's just 2 this
Cool.
time. So
All right.
that's it for me, and I already bonused rage.
All right.
So.
That brings us to Nazim. Nazim, you were just hit in the chest with a finger of death, but managed to resist, the majority of the damage of it. You've heard, you don't see him now, but you did hear, something very large moving to the east of you, almost directly east. You're just not quite sure how far.
Okay, standing on this rock, previous to this cloud, I was able to see him and also survey the land around him.
Yeah.
The large hole in the upper right area, I can see from my vantage point because I'm elevated from this rock.
You can't see it now, but you could before, yes.
Before, correct. Before, when I was looking at it, did that look like an opportunity to escape this? Does that look like a fallable hole?
It's definitely large enough that even Norok could fit through it. It does look like it's not just a like a divot, but rather an actual hole in stone, like in hewn stone, that seems to probably fall inside of something. Inside of the structure, basically, is what I'm saying. You can imagine this must be the top of a structure. You're on the roof, essentially, and that would probably fall down into it.
Okay, the hole is large enough for Norok to jump through, but I'm assuming it's small enough that this Hydra can't, correct? Can't.
They're pretty slithery. I mean, it'd be hard to say, but you imagine he probably could have come out through that.
Okay. Shouting out to the group, if I let them know that I've seen a hole, a possible way to run. I'm going to put out to the team if this is a winnable situation or if we should take a more defensive move and run. So I guess whoever can hear me within 30 feet or 40 feet, whatever it is.
Okay. Everybody can hear you, yeah. So.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get, there's probably, because we kind of figured out last time there's probably an entrance like where that boulder is, right? Like
yeah, that boulder looks like it's specifically blocking the entrance. Yeah.
Out of curiosity, Pogo was looking at it earlier for the spell.
That was the point I was going to make too.
Yeah. For the spell animate object, would this be considered a huge object, or is it bigger than huge because of its density? The boulder.
It'd be between huge and gargantuan. Well, I guess huge probably is. If you mean as far as animating it, probably not. Yeah. It's probably too big for that. Yeah. At 25 feet across, I think that's too big for the limitations on animate objects.
Whatever a huge object is, I can't remember off the top of my head.
I'll double check. What were you saying, Sokka?
I was going to say if this boulder is on top of an entrance to some type of caverns underneath, there's a hole to some cavern underneath over there. Perhaps there's a back way into whatever this boulder was going to let us into. Just looking for an alternative.
Yeah, I'd say that you would assume that probably is going into, if not the same room, but probably the same complex at least. Gargantuan starts at 20 by 20.
Okay, yeah, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna say, well, I mean, we can see what happens, but he's pretty strong.
I will tell you too that
we wouldn't fight him; we would run from him. That's the point.
I mean, I'm also wondering if we have a way of moving that rock, like if anyone sees an option.
Well, this was supposed to be happening as soon as Nazim's turn is over. I'm going to tell you, Nazim, you feel the rock rumbling from beneath your feet already. I'm just going to say that just because you're this is going to be happening literally in the next initiative tick anyway. So if you want to use that to help, if that's going to adjust your plans. Feel free to act on that knowledge.
So I'm guessing what we spoke, the words we spoke, did two things, and this is just one of them. Would be my guesstimate, but Pogo might not know that yet.
Okay. Then yeah, let's go ahead and readjust the plans if I feel it moving. So I'm gonna dash out of here as fast as possible.
Okay. With your floating, you don't have to worry about breaking an ankle or anything. You can basically just run in any direction and you'll float down towards the ground. So
it'll be like a little escalator. Just
yeah. Okay.
25, 30, and then I'm also going to dash a little bit. So I'll use the. Actually, no, this is 30 feet. We should be fine here. I can actually shoot the. Yeah, I won't dash. I'll be right here.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to target the. Why is this not populating a name? The skeleton thing right beneath me.
Okay.
And I will cast the standard
click on it so that it's highlighted or it has a square, and then hit T. There you go.
Nice. Standard Eldritch Blast right to that creature.
All right.
Let me cast it really quick.
17 will hit. Yes.
Okay.
You can go and roll. You can go and roll all three. If you get a crit,
charges.
then stop. Yeah. Otherwise, just roll all three of them. If any of them are 20s, then we'll just remember. All right. So 8 does not. Oh, okay. So that's the damage then for the first one. Okay, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
I meant all 3 attack rolls is what I meant. So.
Okay. Let's just
assuming
read the attack rolls.
Yeah, well, it's fine. We can keep the damage for both of those because one definitely hit. The second one, as long as you get one more hit, we'll just use that 15 because you rolled well. So go ahead and roll the second attack and the third attack. 16, that'll hit. I assume you're doing all 3 at the same
Correct.
guy. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll the third one. All right, all 3 hit. So go ahead and roll 1 more damage, and it'll be the 2 damages you already rolled. And then I'll put the third one in there as well. Okay. All right, apply damage, and that one, and that one. There we go. Oh, okay. He's so with all 3 of these impacts, Norak was just spinning around trying to fight this thing off as it's trying to paralyze him. Norak swings at it, makes a relatively small impact. As you climb down, float down out of the cloud and impact him with all 3 of the Eldritch Blasts. He is splintered in places, and there's one weak point in the spine of this creature. The kind of what would be this semi-humanoid and snake spine, all one long piece that is very weak and broken. And if that part shatters, he'll probably at least not be able to move anymore. So basically, he's low health, and you guys could finish him off pretty easily, you think? So that was action and movement. Bonus actions?
No bonus actions.
All right. And that will bring us to the end of the round. There is, first, there's a couple things actually that's going to happen here. One, this cloud is going to move 10 feet to the southwest.
Oh.
which immediately envelops both Nazim and Sarah. Thankfully, it's not a huge amount of damage. It's a lot less than I initially thought. It's only 5d8. And I think you guys get to save on it first, too, on each turn. Let me double check on that. Where is it? Cloud Kill. There we go. Don't need to consume more place. When it enters this area for the first time or starts its turn there, so not when it moves over you, but when you start your turn. So nothing yet, but as soon as your turn starts is when we'll need to make a con save and then take the poison damage. Artemis out of it, obviously, but it moved to the southwest. So, all right, so that's done. The sand, just on the sand on the ground. Well, shit, you guys that are in the cloud aren't going to see this, but Artemis, Pogo, and Norak all see the sand and like little, light pebbles beginning to lift off of the ground, just like lifting up in the air and flow, like reverse gravity almost, all around, beginning to just lift up a little bit, and the wind is beginning to pick up, and there is a voice. Well, it's the same voice actually, because you guys already heard him speak when he was speaking to Nazim briefly. Although none of you will understand this except for Nazim. How do I want to do that? I'm just going to tell it to everybody because everybody's potentially going to need to know this. Nazim, you're going to have to at some point share this information. How about that? Is that fair? Yep, translate for them. You were already translating before, so I'm
I just kind of shout out to him and keep him in the loop.
There's an echoing, kind of booming sound that is being carried on by this wind, by this kind of weird vacuum in the area. And it says, "I pleaded with our kings, who of you have spied the throne?" I'll put that in the chat. And it came from that creature's voice. There you go. Oh, you can ignore the little image thing. That thing never works. All right. And that is it as far as the environment. So, Pogo, it is your turn.
All right. You said this wall's about 6 feet high?
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and climb up on the wall, just pull myself up a little bit.
Okay.
And
For a 3-footer, that's troublesome. You can do it for sure, of course, but it is half movement to get up that, so it's 10 feet to get there.
like 10 feet of my movement just to
Yeah.
get onto it, just so I can see things. And then looking around, seeing kind of the clusterfuck that is happening, I'm going to cast Animate Objects. I'm going to bring 4 medium-sized pieces of rock or stone together, and I'm going to place them a few places. One is going to go right north of the creature that Norok is fighting.
Okay.
One is going to go directly south of the creature that's north of me. And then I'm going to put the... actually, I'm going to put 2 up to the creature north of me. And then the last one I'm going to put like to the east, about 10 feet to the east of Nazim. So
All right. 1 there, 2 by this one. Are you putting them between you and the one to the north? Interposing?
That's pretty good. Yeah,
Like
perfect.
that? Okay, where was... So, I guess where by Nazim, I guess, is the other one.
It's basically going to be like here. So I
Okay.
wanted to make sure somewhere I could see it. I want to put it outside the fog.
Okay.
And then do there. And then they are all going to attack. I'll go ahead and just do... Well, all of them but the one that's by Nazim. That one I'm putting there for future reference.
All right.
And then some medium creatures are there. A +5 to hit.
Okay.
So we'll just do that.
Just roll
First
3d20s
one
is
is a
fine.
21 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
right.
Is that the one by Norok then?
That's going to be... We're starting top left, going all the way left
Okay.
to right.
Okay. All right.
So from medium creature, that's 2d6 +1.
All right.
The first one is
6.
7 damage.
Oh, 7. Yeah.
And then the second one goes to attack.
Ooh. Reroll.
No, I don't want to use my... Honestly, I don't want to use my reaction on it.
Sure.
And then the one to the south by Norok is going to get... Oh, also missed.
Oh, jeez.
All
right.
But the good news is you still have you'll have a slightly lower AC when you go to attack them, Norok, because they'll be flanked.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's almost directly behind or across. So.
And after that, seeing what's going on, so that I'm holding concentration on these items. Seeing this cloud, I am going to send Pietro north 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can get right behind. Oh, yeah, where I can go. Right behind this guy up on the side. And then he's also going to attack this guy here at the north.
Okay.
You got 2 attacks.
That's dumb. That's still funny.
21 hits.
21 hits, yeah.
Or-
They're at 15, so.
Yeah, cool.
All right, 5 damage.
More, then claw attack. That will not hit.
Nope.
And I'm going to go ahead and move back down. Oh, I was going to move back down behind the wall. Now those items are in play. And as a bonus... I'm going to go ahead... Actually, I'll stay up on the wall for my bonus action, and I'm going to cast another Bardic Inspiration. This time it's going to be to Seraph... Oh, I can't see Seraphina. I have to be able to see them. Another Bardic Inspiration... Oh, I can't see... Oh, I can see...
You can see Arteme. Yeah, you can see Arteme. Shit, with the height.
I'm gonna yell at Arteme. I have faith in you. You can do this. You're the cock of the walk. Man, I'm really bad at like telling good things to the team. Like I can't come up with them. Alright, let me do that real quick. There you go. So you have an extra 1d12 if you need an extra life or death saving throw or something. And then I'm gonna get back behind the wall and kind of just lean up against it, trying to come up with what our best play is.
Okay. All right, that brings us to Sarah.
Yep. Okay.
Nazim had shouted that out to everybody too, by the way, so everybody knows what.
Yes, I'm just
what the
kinda
heck
yelling
my voice
out.
Was. Yeah.
Right, so a Constitution saving throw first.
Yep. DC 20.
Oh boy, here we go again.
If I could see you, I was
Don't be
gonna do
bad.
That could not.
Yep. Pogo was
Nope.
trying to help, but not with that. Thankfully, it isn't super high damage, but it'll definitely add up if you guys can't get out of it quick enough. 5d8 for 25 damage to Sarah. Eyes are stinging. You're kind of choking on this cloud of poison surrounding you, and you can't see. I'll say that you still have directional awareness, and that you know which direction the cloud came from, and therefore how you can get out of it. Hopefully, you're not confused. What's the word I'm looking for? Disoriented. You're not disoriented, but you are able to know the direction that you came from at least.
Yep. Well, I really want to hit this guy, so I'm gonna go. 15. Alright, I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna hit him with a 3rd level Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the D8s that I need. Oh,
Ooh,
wait,
not natural
no,
reroll.
I reroll.
I'll use my reaction for you, so you can.
Well,
use... oh.
So hang on, before you do, she's a halfling. She got her own natural one first, so she got that, but then she still missed on the second one anyway.
Yep,
So
Yep. Screw it. I don't have a bonus action anyways. I'm going to quicken spell and try again.
all right, go ahead. Mark off your sorcery points.
Oh, let's make this this. Could I feel the stone vibrating? Like I was standing next to it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would say that you're close enough to it that it wasn't just that. Like it was, the sound of sand and rocks beginning to like fall down into the space beneath it. You can't see that, but you could probably hear that at the very least.
Okay, so are we eventually just jumping in this thing,
I think that's.
or are we killing these guys first? Okay.
Right now we're biding time.
Nazim did
I'm
shout
gonna
about that
use-
hole to the northeast as well.
Yeah,
so
that
you
was
guys would all
my
hear
vote
that
was
as well.
just my vote was just to run into that hole and find our back way into under this rock. But if the rock's already moving, then hopefully we can get under there quickly. If it's a
I'll tell you that
viable
that you and Arteme would have seen the Naga Lich appear around the area of the hole. It very well could have come out of it. So you don't necessarily know, but that is potentially one way in. At least it's likely that it came out of there. So
Okay, I'm going to cast a 2nd level Chaos Bolt this time.
okay,
Let's try this one more time.
that'll do.
Yay! Alright, so
Or
D8,
D8s.
which are 6 and 4. 4,
Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind. I was confused by that. Okay, so 6 and 4.
force damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me
So-
check his real quick. Yeah, that's okay. So force damage, 16.
Yep. And then I'm going to fly the rest of the way over to Pogo and see if he wants to get on the broom.
Okay.
I mean, sure. I'll get on the broom. I will get on the broom.
All right.
Alright, and then 35.
Can we get on the
40.
broom? Oh, you're gonna continue moving. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna get us out of line of sight of the. Oh, it won't let me go down there.
Yeah, you might. That wall is a wall. So yeah, so you have to move around.
Alright,
it.
so I'm gonna get us out of line of sight of that, but still. No, we're gonna have to be one forward, but still be able to see the rock.
Okay.
So we can
Alright.
see what happens over there.
Okay, I'm going to move you over so that you're.
Technically, I was behind the wall. If you want to be behind the wall.
Well, she's
mean,
up a
that's-
little bit at least on the broom. So I mean, you guys, if you're 1 foot off the ground and your feet are still touching the ground, basically, then your heads might be low enough. But otherwise, you're going to end up bobbing above the wall just a little bit.
I can lower us to the ground so we're standing on the ground.
If that's what you want to do. I just since
that way we're-
flying, so
covered.
sure. All right, then. Well, the both of you are at least obstructed from that side. The other Naga that's off to the southeast obviously could see you from there, but it does appear to be mostly entertained by Norok at the moment. All right, that if your turn.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Let's see. That would be very mean, but appropriate. Yeah, alright. I just... Shit, he doesn't have a great... what's the range on that? Hang on. Sorry, guys. Little slow tonight. 60. Alright. Draw a line real quick. Sarah, close your eyes real quick.
Okay.
Alright. I'm not sure if you guys can see what I was doing there or not, but I didn't want it to be too revealed. Alright. Ben, you hear Norok, you hear more dust and rocks crumbling as something clearly very large is moving over them, and you see the, kind of appearing out of the sandstorm that has whipped up around everybody, up to the northeast of you. You see this very, very, I was going to say gargantuan, but not gargantuan in D&D terms, is 25 feet plus, or 20 feet plus, but appears there, holds both hands out in a direction facing off to the west of you. You can't quite see what until you look over to the left and see Sarah trying to counterspell something.
Hang on. Let me decide here.
Yeah, you have to decide that first before this happens. So.
I imagine Pogo's just kind of talking to her. All right, we'll just be safe as long as we stay right here.
As you're sitting on the broom with her, and she's about to lift both hands up to do a counterspell.
Well, if we're gonna be, here's the deal.
You're right on the ground. No, she said you guys are on the ground. So
yeah, so I wouldn't have been. I would have still been where I'm at right here, in my opinion. I don't think I would have.
Well, if you jumped on the broom with her, then you're on the broom right behind her.
Okay, so we're on the broom, on the ground. Got it. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm trying to decide if I need to use my last fifth, or if I should save it and use a fourth. Oh my god! All right.
You know what? I'll let you. Do you want to make an Arcana check to see if you can kind of have an idea of at least how powerful this might be? I'd allow you that. I mean, you guys are high enough level now that you can start to kind of do the, identification of spells in the moment type of thing.
No. Well, maybe.
It's definitely high level. With a 17, it's definitely a high level spell.
Oh. Okay.
And dangerous.
Dangerous. Alright. Fuck it, we'll go 7th level.
Okay. Alright, well, that thing changes things a little bit. Let's see. It would be... hey, click on
you
counter
said it
for
was
me real
powerful.
Quick. It's fair. No, I would say you probably would...
And dangerous.
Yeah, I'd say you'd probably be happy with that choice. Just, I wasn't thinking necessarily as high as 7th. I was thinking you'd still need to roll for it, but... third level, if they're casting 4th level, higher, make an ability check using your... Okay, so it's still a roll?
Wait.
That doesn't make any sense. Hang on. Can you not upcast counterspell? Hang on. No. If you use... has no effect if its level is less than or equal to the spell. Okay. All right, so you see the spell begin to fizzle and immediately recognize what it would have been had it impacted you, which would be very difficult to resist because of the nature of the save. It was Disintegrate. Which could have done as much as 100 damage, and if it had killed you, you'd be over.
That's it.
Yeah. So you had 80 hit points left, and he would have had to roll pretty high for that to potentially been a problem. But
I will gladly give my 7th level for that.
And it was a 6th level spell, so you negated it entirely. There's no roll necessary. So he looks angry and frustrated, and there is a booming shout of, "I did not see the throne." And then that is it for his turn. He is now visible, by the way, too. Like there's still, a thick cloud or a sandstorm, but he is visible since he had made an attack there. So, Bo Naga is attacking Norok here. He is going to. That wouldn't be great right now. He's going to spin around you, G. Still within melee. He's not leaving your attack radius, and is going to. Begin to hiss, and you see a crackle of lightning in its mouth, and he spits something in your direction at Norok. Yeah, he can get Norok and Sarah and Pogo in it.
Does my mirror get a attack of opportunity? Or my stone?
They? I mean, they are animated, right? I mean, they're supposed to be acting as creatures. I would say they do. That's fine. All right, Norok, natural 20, dodging out of the way of a lightning bolt.
It would have been a
14 will not. Hey, but is there
Oh.
20. It would have been a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Can I
But
use
it's
my
only a
reaction to?
22 plus 1 of damage, so it would do.
Yeah, one actually one secchi only
One
because this guy only has a low amount of hit points left, so the mirror potentially could kill it.
It
Did
would have
not.
been 8 damage.
8. Okay, it did not kill it. It was
Okay.
close, but well, it's not
Nice.
actually a mirror; it's a rock. But it was kind of it was trying to smash at the weak spot of the spine of the creature. Yeah, but not quite enough to kill it. So Sarah fails, Norok succeeds, and Pogo make a dexterity check. You can click that. It's a DC. Hang on, the DCs are wrong on these guys. Let me find out what the actual number should be here real quick.
Okay. I was to say, if it's only a 10, I will use one of my chronal shift to reroll.
Shit, it is only a 10. The intelligence of these guys is fucking worthless. Their modifier is only +2. Their intelligence is 15, so it's +2, which means 8 + 2. So 10 is right. It makes them
Right, then I
totally
will-
worthless as far as minions, but
I will reroll with one of my
Alright.
chronal shifts.
all right.
Fuck. Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
succeeds just barely.
Ah.
All right, so all 3 succeed. So it'll be half damage for this. 20, so 14 damage to each of you. Sarah, are you concentrating? No. Pogo, you're not concentrating. You are? On what? What are you concentrating on? Oh, you're animate. Yeah. Yeah.
Just con
As a con save, beat a 10. Yeah. It's just a 10 or above will beat it. Oh.
Hold
Well,
on. There it is.
that's better. All right.
Everyone fucking hold on.
Everybody just chill for a second.
Yeah, everyone
Alright.
just chill. They're still up.
All right. You still take the 14, but no loss of concentration there. All right. The other Naga is going to.
Can I use my reaction to hit? the
Oh
guy?
yeah. Sorry, G. Go ahead. Yep. So you said that, G, and I forgot. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Just didn't want to get too far ahead. All right.
Fox, you're up in just a second here.
While he does that, I have a question. When the Naga is saying, like, I did not see the throne, does it seem like he's saying, like, he personally didn't see the throne, or does it seem like he's repeating the phrase?
This is clearly a recitation. Hang on. I didn't put the thing in the chat, and I meant to. So this is what he says. What he shouted there in frustration. Hang on. that's in the language you guys don't know. So again, Nazim, hearing this shout, although you're poisoned in a cloud and all this kind of shit, would you translate for everyone?
Yep, similar as before. I just start shouting it out as I hear it for everyone to hear.
All right, then in that case,
Pogo's gonna go just out of the. Does anyone know what that means?
there
Yeah, we
you
still
go.
have to
All
figure
right.
out the whole king and the throne thing. Have you seen
So,
the throne? No, I haven't.
Yeah, this is this is a continuation of that. It's like singing a song. It's a recitation of a poem, essentially, and that's the next line of it that he had shouted there. Sorry, Ben, I interrupted your attack there again. So 19 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Sweet.
16. All right, you bring the Sword of Stolen Hours down at the kind of beaten at and splintered bit of this the creature's spine, cracking it in half. The top section, just a torso and a head, although still technically animated and still potentially a threat, especially because it has ranged attacks. It is no longer mobile at the very least.
Sweet. All right.
Okay. And that was just your reaction, right? That's what you're using there? Okay. All right. So the one by Pietro is... he is surrounded and forgot opportunity attacks. Although he probably wouldn't know that is not an... Well, he is intelligent, but not super intelligent.
Is he too dumb to attack floating rocks?
That's the
that are
thing,
kinda
yeah, I mean, it is a 15. I was treating it as dumb because we're high level, everything else is high level right now, but 15 is actually intelligent enough to be, able to try to preserve itself. But it doesn't have any, self-preservation thoughts, I guess is how I'd put that. So it is going to try to get away from them only because he's not concerned with Pietro or the rocks, which will prompt opportunity attacks from all three of them.
I'm on
So if
him.
you want to roll them.
Miss.
Nope.
8 plus
Jeez, those
6.
are rolling awful.
Yeah, no, miss. Well, they have
Terrible rolls
plus
today.
6, but still, that's still only 14.
Yeah.
and then-
Okay. It is okay. I was thinking the modifier was 1. That's the damage. All right.
Yeah, they got plus 6 to hit, but
Okay.
that didn't matter there. And this one will be normal.
Sako, I saw that. I clicked on the wrong language in the list there. It should be Moorish, but I put the translated version in the chat too. So
Okay.
18 will
Thanks.
hit. Yep. Yep.
All right, so only one hits out of all
Right.
the attacks, and that is Pedro's, or PD's, beak attack, which is his weakest attack, so 6 damage.
Well,
Good
I mean,
job,
he's in rough shape too. He's
Good
not dead yet,
job.
but I mean, for all of the attempts, at least, it did harry him a little bit. As he moves his way south, he is going to. Let's see, where would he be directed to attack? Probably at the halfling, because the halflings had made threatening gestures towards the lich, not Norok. So that would be.
Gesture.
What's that?
Nothing.
All right, that'll be a melee range spell attack. That's only a single target. All right, well, in that case, it's going to be lightning bolt as well. At Norok at Nazim. God damn it. At Sarah and Pogo.
Another deck save?
Yep, another deck save. There you go. It's only DC 10 though, so. And Becky.
I'm going.
I'll
Sorry,
go
I was
and roll the
picking up
damage,
pony pieces. Oh, nope. Oh, God.
33 damage to Sarah, and half of that would be, 12 to Pogo. Sorry, 16.
Oh, man.
That
Right, that's my save throw for my,
it's still, because it's half or 10, whichever's higher, so it would still be successful, so you still have inanimate objects up.
Cool.
Alright, and that brings us to Fox.
Okay, I'm gonna use produce flame on the same guy I used it before.
He isn't visible to you anymore. He's south of the cloud. In fact, actually, if you move a little bit, you saw him move. You just can't see him from where you're standing now.
Oh.
All three of
Oh,
them
okay,
are.
I see.
Actually, well, you know what? The other guy's taller. You can actually see the Naga Lich over the cloud, over the top of the cloud now, to the southeast of you.
This one? Oh.
Yeah, the big guy. Yep. He's the one you just had targeted. You untargeted him in a second. There you go. That will hit. For his resistance is... Okay. Hang on. Yep. All right. So 6 damage to him.
And that's it for me.
All right. The little mote flies through the sand and impacts him. He shrugs it off, doesn't seem to be too concerned with it. It did hurt him, but not very much. Norok, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
So the one beside you is still animated, but it is just a ribcage and a head and no longer mobile. You can finish him off. He's definitely near, basically you could finish him off pretty easily, but is still otherwise able to attack potentially. The other one to the northwest of you is still mobile, but also very weak.
and just, did you hear that word yelling? Apparently, Nazim saw a hole to the northwest that's been made in the sand. Or someone saw it.
Yeah,
I
Nazim
thought it
saw
was
that there's a
northeast.
Okay.
northeast, yeah.
Yeah, northeast. North.
The direction that the
northeast,
Naga
not
Lich
north,
appeared from.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to try to finish off Bone Naga down here.
Okay, yeah, that'll definitely hit. Go and roll the damage.
Alright.
Yep, that's enough. All right. You bringing that down into the kind of oddly shaped, elongated skull of this creature. It cracks in half and is still in the sand. It's stopped moving.
Alright, since my hit was a reaction, does that still count as lighting the sword up? Is this 2 hits in the same round, or does it have to be in the same action? Not to look.
It's supposed. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be back to not on the same turn, not the same round.
Yeah.
During the wielder's turn, hang on. Cause damage to the creature twice within a single turn. Yeah, it is turn. So it would have had to have been back to back. But that is 1 for this one. If you make another attack that hits, then you get the third.
Okay. Then I'm going to try to look here, since it looks like that guy's disabled for now. There's a space in between, or is that like a tree in between those pillars, or is there?
It is a
block
tree,
between
but those columns rather are 3 foot in diameter. You can step onto it.
there? All right.
You're tall enough. The others would obviously have trouble with that, but there you go.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And I'm going to try to hit Naga up here.
Okay. Uh, 24 will hit.
Some good news. By the way, just so everyone knows, those Bardic Inspirations only last 10 minutes, so feel free to do whatever.
10 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
Like, if not
Long
in
time in
combat,
battle,
but even
like if we leave
yeah,
this battle
exactly.
and then-
Yeah, out of combat that goes by quick. But geez, 18 damage. All right, good hit.
All right, so are you doing another one because the sword lit up?
Yep.
Sorry.
If
Okay.
you want to use use the heart to make a third attack, yeah.
Yeah. One more time.
Another natural one. All right, not with that one.
Thank you.
Um,
All right.
He's holding a hand out in your direction as you kind of approach him. He's almost kind of palming you, like a hand straight in your face, basically, as you approach. You slash away at his hand, and he yanks it back and hisses at you. Clearly, very like that. That was a strong hit. It didn't like he's got a lot of hit points, but he's not used to taking any amount of damage, let alone a significant hit. He
That's
has
probably 'cause he's just been lonely out here for so long.
Yeah, right.
Shit. I thought he had. Maybe that's the other guys. I thought he had a good reaction, but maybe not. Oh, he does. Never mind. But I don't want to use that right now. So, yeah, he wouldn't waste that just yet. All right, never mind. So no reaction at the moment. All right, that was 3 attacks. You still technically have a. Hang on, that was a bonus action. You didn't use your bonus action yet. You just used your hasted one from the sword.
Yeah.
So bonus
that's
actions.
Nothing for me. That's it. So.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. That brings us to Nazim. Nazim, you do know that cloud is about to continue moving to the southwest.
Southwest. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right at the edge of it right now. You could step out of it, but you might need to go a little bit further to the east to avoid it just re-enveloping you on the next turn. That said, it is the start of your turn. You are inside the cloud, so make a con save, DC 20.
DC 20 coming up. Really?
5 will not do, so it'll be the 5d8. Let me find it again here. Should be able to, like, sticky. There should be an add-on for that, to, like, sticky spells to either to the chat or have them, readily. I guess I probably could pull it to another screen. 29 damage of poison.
29. All right. So you
Yeah, that's pretty good hit.
29. 42. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. I will now run down. Run south 30 feet.
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now this targeted enemy right here.
He's dead.
Oh, sorry. I still
Yeah,
see his
Nora
icon.
finishes that. Yeah, Nora finished him off, so.
Perfect. I will then attack this man right here.
Okay.
I am hopefully far enough away from the cloud. I think it's going to miss me. So I do have a clear shot. Yes. Okay. I will fire another Eldritch Blast at this one.
Okay.
Weakening it, all 3.
Okay.
Click the button. Where's that? There you go. All right. First attack.
All right.
12.
Go ahead and roll the other 2 attacks as well. That'll definitely hit, but go ahead and roll all 3 of the attacks.
Second attack.
That'll hit.
Third attack.
Dang.
All right, all 3 hit.
All right. 3
Roll
damage.
damage for 3.
1,
Nice.
2,
Nice.
3. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, that is more than enough. As you see this one beginning to open its mouth and this crackle of electrical energy begin to appear, just in, between its fangs and this really oddly shaped head, pointed in Sarah and Pogo's direction, you crack it in the face over and over again with these eldritch blasts, and the skull, this kind of thin and somewhat fragile-looking skull, just erupts and shatters into pieces, and the creature falls to the ground.
Perfect. No bonus action at this point. I'm just going to kind of hunker down and wait.
Okay.
And of course, I did convey that message to everyone
Okay.
while it was happening.
Well, speaking of, there is a further phrase. I don't know if phrase is the right term. I don't know what it would be. another line that is echoing across. You don't see the creature speaking. This may be telepathic, you don't know, but you do recognize it as the voice of the creature that had spoken to you earlier with this Nagarlich, 30 feet away from you to the northeast there. And it says this. It says, Masetsu saw the throne, said Veru. And the cloud will continue to move. Wait, it was there, so 10 goes there.
So,
Down towards Sarah and Pogo.
were
Yep.
you Norak? Did you, or not Norak? Nazim, did you? Was there something that we missed that we think that big boulder is going to be gone really soon? Or are we going to that hole up in the northwest? We're still going for that hole, right?
That was my plan, but the rock was starting to move, so I guess we're just holding out and seeing what happens with this rock. Because if this rock opens up a position underground, we're just gonna Indiana Jones slide into that.
I am going to. Actually, I'm going to first.
Oh, well, hang on. It's not your turn yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was. My bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, I mean, we will be here in a second. This is just the environment stuff.
Yeah.
So, it will be. You'll get to move in a moment, but
I've got
because
my turn planned out, so I'm ready.
there's potential things that may adjust plans. Is also that rock is obviously beginning to move downwards. It's like sinking into the ground essentially. Nazim you weren't technically standing on it, you were floating right above it, but between you and Arteme and Pogo being directly above the rock, Sarah being next to it, you saw what it, I guess the shape and the height essentially that it was before, let's say, the silhouette that it had at the very least through the sand here, and it was shaking a bunch, and it's like settling in, like the sand or something beneath it is moving, and the rock is falling into that hole beneath it. So on the map, I guess it would be slightly smaller, but other than that, it would look essentially the same. It's just that it's obviously falling into whatever space is beneath that rock there. Arteme, the statue that you're standing on, is rumbling constantly, pretty violently. I wouldn't say that it's enough to throw you off of the statue, but there's just a lot of geological movement, I guess, that is causing the statue to also vibrate while you're standing there. The sandstorm continues to pick up. It isn't completely obscuring anyone's vision yet, but it will be very soon. I'll say that it is starting to make speaking and not just vision, but speaking and breathing, I guess, difficult, and it will be very difficult in the next turn, just from the amount of sand that's lifted up in the air. All right, so that's it. Pogo, it's your turn.
All right.
I have a question before it's Pogo's turn. Since we had our feet on the ground, could he be the one to use the command word to fly the broom? And then I just not use the movement for the broom on my turn?
If you communicate that with him, sure. As long as Pogo's willing to, take the control of it and fly it,
If
sure.
he wants to, because it'll give us 50 feet of movement, so if he needs 50 feet of movement.
All right. I'm going to, after you tell me that, I'm going to be like, that's not a bad idea, love, but instead, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast invisibility on you. So you are invisible. Dropping my animated objects.
Okay.
So they're all the stones just fall to the ground.
Okay.
I'm actually going to get off the broom, and I'm going to use my movement, so that's my action. My movement, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then I'm going to use my bracers ability to bonus action move, 5, 10, 15, another 20 feet to get on Peter.
Okay.
And then instead, I'm going to, let me see if I can, anyways.
I was just moving him off.
Use Pietro's movement to, he can fly for his action if he dashes, and if he flies, he can go 80 feet, which is, I know some of that would have to be up, but he would almost get.
That's fine. Yeah, I could say that you could make it to, if you're trying to get to the hole there.
Really
Sure.
close, so to be enough to get there.
So he has his own. Well, technically, we're stretching the rules a little bit there. Yeah, he can get there. Yeah.
I feel like he could get with 10 feet up, 10 feet down. He'd be about max movement, basically able to get into this hole. And if the hole's not big enough for him,
he can't fit through it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have him just drop me. I'm just gonna jump off into this hole.
Okay.
Which is always a really smart function.
Yeah. All right. So Pietro lifts you up in the air. You kind of flap along with his ability to kind of dodge through this sandstorm.
I'm just gonna jump off when I get there, and then
all right.
So I'm now in this hole, and you are invisible. So hopefully I am
Well, there's going to be a problem here, so hang on
All
one
right.
second. Let's see. First, make an acrobatics check.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm about 10 feet up, so that's fair. Am I rolling ankle?
Well, you're more than 10 feet up. If you're falling through a
fuck.
hole, yeah, so you're falling through a hole down to
Yeah,
the
no,
ground
that's
in there.
I was yeah. Let's fucking go.
I mean, thankfully you're pretty
Oh,
acrobatic. But,
okay.
shit, actually,
Well
okay,
done.
all right. So you do. It's well, you have a moment of leaping off, 10 feet off of Pietro, kind of diving essentially towards this hole to make sure that you don't hit the side or anything like that. It all goes black almost immediately because it's very dark inside of once you're past the horizon of the hole there, and then you tumble for not long, another couple of seconds before impacting the round. It's only going to be a D4 of damage.
Alright.
Since you roll well,
So,
it is damage. You still technically have to
that's
make a
four.
con
That's
save.
valid.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
only a
toad.
10. It's only a 10 you got to beat, but
Oh yeah. Then for my con save, let's
Yeah.
do it. Oh wait, reroll.
oh, they rerolled.
Yes.
So, Sarah, you remain invisible. Pogo has disappeared. You no longer see him or Peter through the sand.
And just as a heads up, if you cast a spell or attack or anything, you are no longer invisible. But I figured it would help you out a little bit.
It's just regular invisibility. Yeah.
Yep, regular invisible. 1 minute.
So there is light coming in through the hole above, Pogo. I guess you used all your movements. You still, it's still the end of your turn. Let's say you look up and see this hole, obviously, that leads out into the, into the sky and into the snowstorm or sandstorm rather. You can see this room illuminated. It is otherwise pitch black in here. There is a very large, almost sphinx-like statue with a snake head, kind of like the one that was outside where that one was humanoid with the snake head. This one's kind of more sphinx-like, basically. But it is otherwise, calm and quiet in here, except for the stones and sand that are falling in through the hole above you.
Yeah, that's probably about all I can see because I don't have dark vision, so I'll be setting up some light on my next round. But for right now,
Well, it's a good sized hole. There's plenty of sunlight coming in from above. It's just a large chamber, and it's you still kind of have to adjust to the darkness and everything. So, all right, that is it for Pogo's turn. Bringing us to Sarah.
Okay. Alright, so we are invisible. That. Okay. Let's go this way. Alright, so I'm going to be flying over this thing. So 5, 10, 15.
Low or going up?
I'm going up over because I'm invisible. So,
Oh, yeah, okay.
so 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50. I'm going to get there.
You see Artemis standing
And-
on, trying to, keep her footing while standing on this rock or this statue that is shaking.
Okay, so if I drop down to the ground, is the rock still high enough to hide me since I'm only 3 feet tall?
The rock is moving. It would not be safe. It's slowly falling into the ground.
Okay. Then... Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to...
You're behind a wall. That wall is 4 feet high. You could stand behind that. Are you trying to... I guess, what are you trying to do? You're trying to make sure the Lich can't see you?
Yes.
Okay. That rock wall... Artemis is standing on top of a statue, but the rock wall that's to the left of the statue that you're right next to, that rock wall is 4 feet high. So if you have your feet on the ground, or even on the broom slightly, just a little bit up, you could be behind that rock wall, yes.
Now I'm just trying to decide if it would be better to hide because I'm almost dead, or just shoot one last spell off.
Oh, shit.
Well,
You
no,
are in a
you're
lot worse
also-
shape than I thought.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because if you shoot a
Yep.
spell, you're no longer invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Is that how far you can get with dashing?
I can't dash on the broom. You only get 50
Oh, okay.
feet of movement.
Yeah, the broom's not a
Yeah,
creature.
I'm glad I jumped off that fucking piece, man. You gotta get yourself a bird, baby.
Well, now that it's fixed, does it dash?
Actually, yeah. You know what? I forgot to upgrade the stats because it's fixed. I did tell you guys that, years ago when you found that broom, that if you fixed it, the stats would be better. So it
What
has
he actually
full.
meant was it can no longer make baby brooms.
It's fixed. It's been neutered.
Changed.
While you guys had it in the repair shop, they neutered it too, just to
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is it? 60. It had reduced flying speed because it was broken, so the speed is higher now, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I'll have to look back at my notes. For now, anyways, let's say it's at least another 10 feet. I don't think you'd be able to dash with it either way. I'll have to look at the rules for that.
Okay. I really don't want to die. I'm just gonna go 10 more feet in.
Okay. You're definitely obstructed by that statue, by the base of that statue, which is still quite high. But you do see Artemis standing on top of the statue there, so.
But I can see this little dude to the south of me, right? And I'm
He's
technically
dead.
like in. Oh, this guy down
Yeah,
here.
the Bone Nagas are dead. There were only two, and they're both dead. The Lich is the only thing that's still an active threat that you're aware of.
You know what? Is there a way for me to like stay in these bushes, but be able to like
That's
peek
a
out
bone.
just enough to like see Norok and the creature?
With the cloud in the way, actually, Norok, you'd have to lift yourself up. It wouldn't be left or right. It'd be up to be able to see over the rock wall in their direction. Not by a ton necessarily, but yeah, if you go up 5 feet, then you'd be able to see them, and then you could dip back down or whatever if you needed to.
Okay, because I just want to be able to like keep an eye on Norok in case he needs help over there by himself.
Okay.
Or I guess Nazim's down there too, but still, I want to.
Yeah,
be able to
Nazim and Norok both
see.
are like still south of him, and he is definitely facing their direction. So.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing else.
No, because I will lose invisibility.
All right.
I want to stay hidden for now.
All right. Then that brings us back to the Lich itself. It is after Norok slashed its arm. He is going to hold a hand out in Norok's direction.
Well, no, I can hold my action, right?
Yes. I mean, it takes your reaction to do so. Holding an action takes your reaction. That's how that works. So.
Yeah. Norok, how bad are you?
I'm only like 20 HP down, I think.
He hasn't been hit by the big guy, really. He was hit by the Bone Naga. Or the regular Bone Nagas.
Alright, never mind. Go ahead.
Hang on, checking on dogs here real quick. I think she's just napping, just making sure.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
an Esther break.
No, she's fine. She's just napping. I was just double checking on her. She has her cone on her head, and she can't get out from under the desk where my chair is with her cone on because it, runs into things. So I was pretty sure she hadn't slipped by, but I wanted to double check just in case. So. All right, it is going to holding its hands out in Norok's direction. Which one does? I think probably this, which is pretty heavy hit, but he can see that Norok is very fast. Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet. Yeah, we're gonna do that. What's that one? Yeah, either of those. Okay. Ben, he points a finger in Norok's direction to straight at your chest. You see the beginnings of green and black swirling around his finger as he fires off a bolt in your direction.
And remember, you got an extra D12 if you need to use it.
Oh, here he goes again.
Whoops. DC 20 con save, G.
Okay. And if it's not enough, I will use my Bardic Inspiration.
Sure.
Well, you can roll your normal roll, then if you need it, you got it.
Yeah, it's you get to choose. So if you don't need it, that's fine. You can save it.
Yeah, you need
21. All right. So you take 31 damage, G.
I have resistance to necrotic on right now too.
Oh shit, you do. All right, so yeah, that would be down to 15. It would be quartered, I guess, total damage.
16, right?
Yep. Sorry, yeah, it doesn't round
Nice.
up actually. 16, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. All right, and he is then fading into the dust again, into the sand. You would technically get an opportunity attack here, G, so go ahead and roll it, but it's going to be a disadvantage because you can't see him. That'll still hit.
It
Shit.
rolls with disadvantage, so I'm like
Yeah.
the opposite today.
Yeah, finally, yeah. Alright, 14 damage. That does prompt a con, or a concentration. Right. Why is it not applying? Alright, I'll just roll it manually. Let's see. The storm is still moving to the southwest, so he still technically has to make that, which is only a 10. He succeeds. You see the ground around what little you can see through the sand. G, you're beginning to kind of choke and have trouble being able to see without sand stinging your eyes. But you see moving to the north of it clearly clambering over stones and broken rubble and everything. Pogo. Well,
hold on. I was about to go to use the restroom. What's up?
yeah, well, let's just say that you hear creaking of stone above you, and the hole gets kind of the hole of the light gets very hazy, and something very heavy slams into the room with you.
What?
Oh no.
Go ahead and take your restroom break. We'll just take a quick break, everybody,
yeah.
and yeah, I'll explain in a second. So, quick break, everybody.
I'm back in case everyone else is back.
Yo. How's your cat?
Big and stupid, but par for the course. He's just kind of, I think it is his back or his joints or something, so he's kind of not able to jump high as he used to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, doctor says it's just probably normal aging, but there's no obvious fractures or sprains or anything of concern. It's just, he's getting old.
Yeah.
And of course, he's a little overweight. Yeah, we know he's a fat ass. We've been trimming down his food too.
What the hell are we?
How did he handle, the other cat being gone?
Actually, from the very first day, he became absolutely clingy. He never leaves our side anymore, like
Yeah.
from day one. And now we've noticed in the last few weeks, he does her exact same patterns. He'll sleep in the same spots she was, and in the same sunning areas, and kind of, I don't know, he's mimicking what she used to do.
Yeah. I've been worried about that a bit because Harold's getting old too. He's, 11 and a half now.
Yeah.
And, he's not healthy to begin with, so he probably won't, be more than a couple more, 2-3 more years maybe. And
Yeah.
he and Esther are, attached at the hip, so it's going to be really hard on her.
She'll be probably very clingy, so she's going to be...
She already
stuck to
is.
your
That's
side.
like she, especially when she's hurt like this, like she won't, that's the thing is like right now when she's injured with this paw thing, like if I even get up to like walk to the kitchen, she'll try to follow me, and if she's sitting on the couch or anything like that, that means jumping down. So I basically can't leave her, outside of 5 feet.
Yeah.
I have to constantly carry her around.
Well, she knows as long as you're around, she'll be okay. So she's just kind of
Yeah.
sticking with the person who's going to keep her healthy.
Yeah. But Toki doesn't get thrown like a football now that he's old.
Nah. He's too heavy to pick up.
You got to be out on a low gravity planet with a bunch of mushrooms, and you can launch it for 300 yards.
Yeah, his breed's supposed to be, in his males, they're supposed to be 20 to 22 pounds. They're huge, like Maine Coon cats.
Yeah.
But they say he's 22 and a half, so he seems to go between 21 and a half to 22 and a half. That seems to be his range.
22 and a half pounds for a cat?
He's
he's a male
forest
Norwegian
cat?
forest cat, so
Yeah.
they are one of the biggest cats. Yep.
They're big, like frozen tundra type cats.
Sounds majestic.
That's what they are, majestic forest cats. I think they call them fairy cats in Norway because they're supposed to live in trees, and they do climb trees, but they're just big lumbering idiots of the forest.
That particular cat was also a character in the balanced D&D campaign.
Yeah, we threw him off an airship.
Yep.
He was a cat. He's going to land on his feet. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's got that
Everybody back?
primordial pouch.
Fox, you back? We'll give that a sec here. I'll put that in channel 2 just in case.
All right, so to recap, I'm down there, and
Yep.
I don't know this. The thing up the top disappeared, and I hear like a loud, like something falling in here. Like it sounds like
Well,
I'm back.
Or does it
so-
just sound like a-
Well, what's going on up there too might have something to do with the rock, because the sand that the rock was standing on is turning into some type of a Newtonian fluid where the vibration's causing the rock to go underground. So if you're underground, clearly sand has to go somewhere, and the rock's probably moving down. You're going to get a lot of motion,
think-
movement, and sound.
I think the Naga just landed on top of it.
top of me or just on
somebody
Yeah.
was right there. So,
I was gonna say the Naga disappeared and then
yeah.
something fell, so it's
Yeah.
safe
It's on
to
top of
say.
Pogo.
Arteme watched this happen. Well, no, Pogo. Yeah, Pogo fell
In
in,
the
and
room.
like fell into the room with not landed on top of him, but
Justin might know that, but Pogo doesn't know that yet. So this will be entertaining.
you know what? There's enough of a smell, and I would say that Pogo would definitely have an idea that what fell in, because it's invisible, and you knew the creature had turned invisible. It's very likely this Naga.
All right,
I mean, it
so
definitely
think
smells dead.
Right.
There's other context clues,
Yeah.
even if you can't see it, that Pogo would probably figure out that this thing just slithered in the hole that you fell through right after you. It had fled away from Norok, attacked Norok and then fled away from him, and you heard there was something moving over the stones above. Think like somebody walking on your roof type thing, with the bits of sand and debris falling down from that, and then a very heavy, large creature, or something rather invisible, fall on the ground right next to you. Arteme saw that as well, because she would have seen him invisibilize and start to turn in that direction. So I would say everybody probably with some amount of sharing information over Rocky Talkie potentially would be aware that the creature is not upstairs with you any longer and appears to have gone below somewhere. So Pogo, you are down there. I can move over to that, but you're the only one there.
All right. Yeah, cool.
So
Bring
that
it.
so that map is there. There was something though as he was fleeing this another line. In fact, Well, I guess you wouldn't have any way to know that. Never mind. Another line of this recitation that he was repeating, echoing through the sandstorm here, and it says, "Veru is lying," said Masetsu. And then he clambers down through the hole there. And those guys are dead, so Artemade, it's your turn. You did see, you saw, because Pogo was not invisible. He turned Sarah invisible, so you
saw me
you could
fall in a hole.
Yeah, you can see a small broom shape, a broom and halfling shape that is like the sand is swirling around this shape just to your left, so that you probably have an idea that Sarah's there, even though you can't see her. But you did see Pogo fly over there with Peter and then dive into that hole and disappear.
Okay.
Oh, and the rock right next to you, by the way, is I should have mentioned that too. It is like falling down into it. It's definitely a hole that leads down into, whatever catacombs are beneath this, and the rock is like falling down into that hole by now.
Okay.
So.
I guess I'll go to where I kind of saw Sarah. See if I can grab the broom.
That's gonna
grab
be,
it to move her
but like
off,
try to jump onto it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I would say that you have because this is kind of the elf triple advantage, elven accuracy thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll 3 d20s, and let's add your. We'll take the highest, the elven accuracy ability for super advantage thing, and your dex mod is +2. Sarah, you see Artemade kind of, leaning in your direction, like not being able to catch eye contact with you because she can't see where your face is clearly because you're invisible. So she kind of just dives off in your direction. 19, yeah, that's enough. With a 19 +2 is a 21, is what you get there. Artemade, you land on it. I'd say that it's very awkward, and you kind of have to almost knock Sarah off as you try to kind of right yourself onto the broom, just by finding this void in the sandstorm to find this space to jump onto. But you do manage to land on the broom right behind Sarah.
Okay. Can I make sure she doesn't fall off?
Yeah, I mean, she's right next to the ground. She's basically, you could put a foot down and hold on to her and keep her from falling off. So,
okay,
thankfully,
perfect.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll just do that and then wait to see what Sarah does because there's not much else to do right now.
Okay. All right. I mean, you guys can talk. So that means.
Oh wait!
If you have something to say to her. Sure.
Healing word on Sarah. I think she was hurt.
Yes.
I think everyone's a little hurt. You can't.
Yeah, I can't reach Norak. He was like 5 feet out of range.
Sure.
I'm okay for now, thank you though.
The creature of your choice that you can see within range is the problem.
Oh, and I can't see her.
She's literally like, you could put hands on her. She's right there. You could cast a touch. You just can't see her. You can do cure wounds. If you have that. Yeah, you do. You have cure wounds prepared. That's touch.
Yeah, I'll do that one instead then.
All right.
Also, you'll know I get fucked up if you turn invisible, by the way. That's something that makes you curious. Like, that'll be like a oh no moment.
Get 9 healing.
Well, that upcast still. You get the 2 levels upcast, so roll 2d8 more.
Sorry, it's a really bad headache day. I'm not all there.
No problem. Plus another 8. Sarah?
Thank you.
All good, Fox. Is that it for your turn then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That brings us to Norak.
Alright, so I saw a dude, well, looked like he went that way because he turned invisible, right? Like right after he left.
He was spinning away from you. Yeah, he was spinning away like towards the north as he was becoming invisible, and moving to the north. You did hear Nazim earlier mention that there's a hole to the northeast, and that was the direction you saw him from. I would say that Norak, you would be able to, especially being familiar with predator and prey, would have some idea that he's probably returning to its warren or its hovel where he came from, especially having seen, Pogo flying through the air on Pietro and dive into the hole.
All right. I think I'm stuck here because it's a wall, but I'm just going to...
Oh, it is. Yeah, sorry, I put you on top of that. There you go.
That would be, what, 10? Top off there?
5, yeah. I was moving you off to the side.
Okay, now I can see Pogo from here. I can see him on the map. Can I actually see him from here?
Oh, no, I'm
No,
on
you
the ground.
see
hole.
Pietro. He's actually in the ground. Yeah, he's underground.
Okay. Can I
You
see
see
that hole?
Pietro kind of flying away a little bit, solemnly, like looking down like he misses me, but that's all you see.
That's it. Yeah, he definitely
Nice.
misses all the dangerous situations.
Actually, I forgot. He's smart enough to talk. So you hear him say something like, "I'm you."
Okay. I'm going to dash them for the rest of my action. Move to that
All right.
hole.
Christ, you're gonna fall right on top of me.
And then I think that's my
One of
last
them
move
is
to pop
yeah.
in.
People keep
So,
jumping in. Okay, all right.
So, you know,
I
you
was
can look down before you jump. I jumped off the bird. It was more of a in the moment end of the like. It's an action sequence. I don't know if you're in action sequence mode like I was. Just a heads up.
It did the Superman or the superhero 3-point landing thing. All right, Norik, diving off. Well, you know, not head first, but you know, feet first. You know, sword in hand, getting prepared to attack if something leaps out at you. You can just barely see and hear a shriek from Pogo as you're falling through the hole. I would say, just based on size, you don't really have any way around this. Make an acrobatics check, I guess.
On it. Wait, me or Norak?
Norok. No, so
Oh.
sorry, Pogo. You're safe because when you fell, you were small enough and out of the way. The thing is that what's beneath the hole is big enough right now that Norok can't really avoid it. Like he's too big; he'll fit through the hole. But yeah, you're definitely landing on a dead animated creature of some sort as you fall through the hole. With an 8, you're gonna kind of hit your feet impact something that you can't see, and you go tumbling off to the side, landing on your shoulders basically, cracking your head into the ground. You'll be prone, and you're gonna take it's 2d6 is regular falling damage. 10 damage, G.
okay. Is that half?
It is halved.
Raging?
It's bludgeoning,
Okay.
yeah, so it's still halved.
I'm too angry to take falling damage. Damn it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you are down in the hole now as well. I'm gonna, yeah, for that sake, I'll still need to. So I'll put you on the other map here in a second as well, and I'll just drag you and Justin over to it. Sako, it is your turn.
Okay. I am from the south here, so I'm going to start to make a beeline as fast as possible up north.
Okay.
So I will use my action for dashing.
Okay.
So we are at...
Just trying to get as far as you can here.
Yeah, just as far north as possible.
You
Yeah,
can get up beside
close.
that column up there, yeah. Down 1, and then you're there. Here you go.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's action. Bonus actions.
That's going to be it for now. I'm
Okay.
going to save that bonus action. I was thinking about using the rest of it to far step, but I'm pretty close.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, you can definitely make it to the hole in the next turn.
Yeah.
You're pretty comfortable with that. So, all right.
Be fine.
All right. End of the round. There is, this kind of. I would say that it's even louder, obviously, inside the cavern down there. There is the kind of booming recitation. It seems like he started over, and it says, "I pleaded with our kings. Who of you has spied the throne?"
So how far away does this sound like from Pogo? Remember, he doesn't have dark vision. This is like right next to him.
Well, you don't have dark vision, but there's light coming in through the ceiling. You're basically like there's a giant hole in the ceiling, and you're right below that. So there's plenty of light in the room.
Can I? Oh, there is light in the room. And so, how far away is this thing from? Like, I can see it. I was kind of hoping I'd be kind of in the dark and he wouldn't notice me. But
Well, I mean, you're small and inconspicuous, and now it just got a Norok just landed on its head, so it's got other it's got other concerns at the moment, is what I'm saying.
it's pretty close to me. All right, yeah,
It's
yeah,
right
all
next to you. You're literally
All right, cool,
you
cool,
could reach
cool,
out and probably
cool.
touch it. Yeah. So, well, hang on, it's not your turn yet, but
No.
but you did hear that cacophonous eruption of sound. Basically, it's kind of rattling the stone statues beneath, and everybody, those above can still hear it. But it did start over again, and it's not his turn. But I guess the sandstorm continues to pick up. The cloud is still moving, although it's not really an issue for anybody at the moment. I'll go ahead and move it just in case. There, and that is it for that. So that does bring us to Pogo's turn. I'm going to move over to that other map real quick. How do I want to do this? I think I'm gonna jump over here, and I'm gonna bring Norok and Pogo to this map. Pull to scene. Ben, I have to put you on it, so it might say for a second that you don't have a token over here.
Yeah.
And Norok, you fell over here. Norik, you are currently prone. Can you see now, Ben?
Yeah, I'm on there now.
Okay. You're currently prone. You can see there's a giant kind of snake-headed sphinx-like statue right next to you, but like what you hit is still directly in front of you, though you can't see it. You do imagine it must be the Naga itself, but you can see through it and see a tiny little pogo on the other side.
Okay.
Pogo, it is your turn.
All right. Step one, just a quick look around. Do I see any other way out of this room, or does it look like this is kind of just a small, like, I don't see a door or anything? Based on
You don't. Yeah, you don't see any other door. You just see light come in from the ceiling and this kind of vague, hazy shape that you can tell there's definitely something there. Which is obviously the invisible Naga Lich, and then Norok on the other side.
Okay. And it's there. Oh, okay, I get it. It's there. It's like
think like 80s action movie Predator style, when you can see this kind of distortion, but otherwise would be invisible.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me grab your guys' initiative from the other map here real quick. 10, Pogo's 19, Norik is 6.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't anticipate this going in.
when you dive down here, whoops, I didn't mean to roll that.
I didn't, yeah, it wasn't. It's fine. It's fine. No one worry. We're fine. Everyone's cool. All right, hold on. He's invisible. That won't work.
Sorry, puppy.
All right, So Justin knows. Justin knows that liches have some other aspects, but we don't know shit about this lich. Like we don't have any knowledge of really who. We know it's saying this shit, but we don't know any background knowledge of this lich. Just that it looks like it seems to be trying to protect this throne, right? We don't. I wouldn't know.
That's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Cool.
You do have some knowledge of liches because of the vast erudition. So, I mean, you do have some awareness of their properties, I guess, and how they work, and that you can't really kill them. That's good, G. It wasn't that far off a fall, but yeah, the right idea.
Alright. So I got a lot of reading on this.
Oh, I didn't move. Yeah, I should do that, actually. Here we go.
I have a lot of things that rely on wisdom saves, and I feel like I already tried to cast something requiring a wisdom save, and it was real fucking... No, that was a constitution. Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to slowly pull my Ocarina of Sentiment out of my pouch. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to start playing suggestive.
Oh, damn it.
I'm gonna start playing suggestive.
Okay, buddy?
No, actually. I'm gonna start playing friendly pop. So I'm gonna choose one creature within range, which is gonna be this other creature that I can kind of sense, feel is here. Okay. I don't have to actually see it because it's audio. It's just all sound. And it is going to be a wisdom save of 18. If you want to do that, I'll click on it. So this is going to be my action.
All right.
It's basically the friendly pop. Choose one creature. Target will succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Become charmed by you for 1 minute or until the song ends, whichever comes first. While the creature is charmed in this way, attempts to produce.
Well, I got some bad news for you there. Yeah, condition immunities.
Do I feel like I did a really good job and it just kind of looks at me?
Yeah, I would say that it's so it actually, here, I'm going to put it in there just so you guys see that. He's actually immune to exhaustion as well, but that's not really a spoiler.
Valid.
But he is immune to charm, yeah.
Alright, I am going to use my movement, and he doesn't get a opportunity attack to, let's see here, scale the wall. And I see in this, looks like there's some tombs or some debris. Is there anywhere, actually, I guess I'm just gonna move back here.
Okay.
Kind of It's kind of
those sarcophagi are tall enough that you can easily hide behind, like crouch in the corner.
I can't act and hide, but I'm gonna actually just because I'm
Yeah,
small,
exactly.
I'm gonna
You
hide
can
more.
yeah you
I
can
get
be
a little more
behind
cover.
it. Yeah, so exactly you have cover. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all I can do. So
All right.
I'm going to I'm gonna yell out though because I'm pretty sure he knows I'm here because we're just playing Minecraft. I'm gonna yell out. The vibes are real bad down here, guys.
Well, Sarah's
Bad
still
vibe.
on the surface. Sarah is still invisible at the moment. So
Yeah.
Sarah, it is your turn. So what are you doing?
Okay, so quick question. I just want to make sure that I got this down right. So the whole phrase is, I pleaded with our kings, who of you spied the throne? I did not see the throne, said Mumos. Yeah, said Mumos. Misetsu saw the throne, said Veru, and Veru is lying, said Misetsu.
That's correct. And then he started over again.
Okay, so I already calculated this. It's probably not going to let me fly over
Okay.
this stupid dash.
Yeah,
Dang it, you get me on
statue.
the other side of the
Sure,
statue.
no problem. Yeah, it's funny. Anytime I have these walls, like they're there for vision reasons, but they absolutely get in the way for like moving reasons, which is very annoying. Arteme, you're staying on the broom with her, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so as we're passing by Sako, I'm just gonna tell him that tell the thing that Veru saw the throne, because that's the only one that makes sense. If Mumos didn't see the throne, and Misetsu says Vera was lying when she said Misetsu saw it, then Vera has to be the one that saw it. And we can only make it like 10 feet down in the hole. So-
Okay. That's well, it's enough to be in the room at the very
Sounds
least.
good.
So. All right.
Okay.
All right. So Nazim has that message. Pietro's still above. I'm gonna move him out
I'll
of the way.
shout that
I would
on my
have
turn.
had Pietro kind of like stay with it, like fly up like 30 feet away from the hole because I don't want him coming down here.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Then Sarah and Arteme, you descend into the space. You're still 10 feet above the surface there, so or the floor rather. So you're still, in the chamber, but not at the ground level. Nazim is still on the surface there, so let me go ahead and pull Arteme and Sarah in, and then let's see, what's the initiative order? Artemis going anyways, so Norak will be coming up. Nazim, do you mind if I move you up in the initiative order? Do you have anything that would prevent you, or do you care basically if we move you up in the initiative order so you can get into the room?
No, that's fine. Just,
Okay.
I guess, for the sake of the story, I'll just start shouting out Veros spied the throne as I'm running in.
Okay. All right. Then I'll move everybody over to this, and then I'll have to bring you guys onto this map here as well. You weren't supposed to come in this way, so I have to rearrange the map a little bit to get you on this side of it instead.
However I want to come in. That's
Well, I mean, you
Sounds like
did
a you
dive
issue.
down through the hole, but
how could you expect me not to try to go into the hole?
That's totally fair. I'm not.
That's
I didn't.
totally-
To be honest, I didn't expect anybody to notice the hole in the ground on the map because it's a small hole in the map. But Sako noticed it and pointed it out. But I didn't expect anybody would pay any attention to it. It was going to be there. It was definitely going to be possible for you guys to do that. I just didn't expect you guys would because it was relatively low odds. I expected you guys to go through in the other spot, so it changes things a
Honestly,
little bit. But
I was just looking for an escape path away from this monster over here.
Yeah.
Because clearly he was pretty powerful.
well, now you're in a very small room with him, so
Yeah, but now we know his safe word.
That's fair. All right.
Pineapple.
All right. I got to get Nazim on this map as well. Nazim, when you get to the edge, Sarah and Arteme fly, carefully flow down with the broom. You can float down, naturally, of course, with your own not telekinesis, but psychokinesis, actually. So you can float your way down and avoid what Norak is clearly trying to defend himself against. You already know this creature is invisible. So I'm going to say that you have a choice of either going to the north side where Norak is, the south side past Sarah and Arteme, you see Arteme floating on a broom, basically, invisibly. Sarah's invisible. So basically, you can go north with Norak or south with Sarah and Arteme.
I'll keep their stealth, so I'll go up to Norok, so that way
Okay. All right, then you
I
can
take focus.
You can float past Norak to get behind him, so that you're not, in direct focus there as you land in this room. So everybody should be able to see this map now, right?
Yep.
It is just one small room is all you can see, and nobody can see the Lich, although it is obviously there. I'll tell that you guys are clearly aware of this creature must be in this room based on, it being a small chamber and the kind of disturbance of sand falling that is, kind of cascading over this shape and so on. Let me fix initiatives real quick.
You said that I hit him when I landed anyway, right? So I probably felt like
Exactly. Yeah, you definitely.
that
Yeah.
wasn't stone,
Yep.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know for sure that that's where he is.
Okay.
Sarah got a 13.
Are we supposed to be rolling initiative, or you're pretty?
Yeah, I'm just copying the initiative from the previous
Okay.
map is all. Yeah. So Artemis a 6, Nazim is a 1. There we go. And Nazim, put you back in combat and add a 1. There we go. All right. Pogo, you already moved. Sarah, you just flew in. Nazim, you're still going to get your turn. We'll just call your movement as being spent for getting down here. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
How do you get initiative of 1 if you have like an initiative modifier?
Doesn't have an initiative modifier.
I don't have an initiative modifier.
Gotcha.
His modifier is 0. His dex is 11, so his modifier is 0. That's how.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
Yep. He rolled a 1.
So mad.
Yeah, Ben had he has advantage on it and still got a 6, which is all modifier. You got like a 3 or something. All right, so Sarah, you guys flew in. You and Sarah, or you and Arteme rather, flew in. That took movement to get there, but you still have action, bonus action, or did you use those?
Still have those. I am going to, knowing that Nazim can get down here within, relatively soon, I will just hold a fireball.
Fireball. Huh?
Holding-
Don't get too crazy with it.
Well, I'm hoping like
They'll pull out the
saying
big
this.
guns.
I'm hoping that saying this will like make the guys stop.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping it's like, a keyword phrase for him.
Mhm.
And I don't want to waste a 5th level spell.
Just to confirm too, like you can't really say it. Nazim's got to say it.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it's got to be in their language. So
Pogo's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold a firebolt because I'm hoping fire will do some extra damage.
Okay.
I don't want to waste a big spell if
All right. So
it turns
you
out
are
badly.
you are spending your reaction. I'm just going to point this out because this is likely to be relevant here in just a moment. You are using your reaction to hold a
Oh
firebolt.
shit! He's right after me, isn't he?
He is right now.
Which is a ways before. Nazim, never mind. I will save my
I
reaction.
mean, you already said it. I'd already clicked
Nope.
it. I was
Yep.
gonna.
Okay, go.
I'm
I said
gonna
it.
say if you. Well,
I said it. Go.
I mean, dude's
This
gonna
is what
fucking
makes it
kill
fun.
Pogo.
I'm gonna say yeah. Like that's. I was only pointing that out because it was now his turn. So I'm gonna. All right. As long as you don't feel cheated, because
Nope.
you did say it, and that was it.
Well,
Okay.
you were
All right.
invisible. You were.
Yeah, so you are. Well, it's not just that. It's not like
Yeah.
the action hasn't happened. She's not visible yet, but there are other people in the room that are, and he has very dangerous spells that now Sarah is not capable of counterspelling. We're gonna end here because this could be potentially very risky. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this. We'll see if this is a real threat or not. He is going to aim in Sarah's direction anyway, so he will be at disadvantage because you can see Arteme. He can see that there's something there. So he's going to point at Sarah.
Y'all gotta learn to scatter better. I'm just saying.
Well, they're on the broom.
Like,
They're
really
fair.
hard.
I honestly I think all of this is perfectly fair. The only strategic thing I would have not done is ever spend a reaction when you know that this creature has Disintegrate and Finger of Death, because this we're going to find out here in just a second. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and end it here because I know Sako's got to go. But he's going to
I made
aim in.
this decision. I will stay with it.
All right. This is probably going to potentially going to change. He's going to have disadvantage. It might. Well, hang on. He doesn't. Never mind. This is a save, so there's no disadvantage to be had, even though she's invisible. No. Okay. Hang on. There's something different to. Well, this may change luck here. This may have to be a different target. That you can see. Both of these spells require him to be able to see the target. He cannot currently see Sarah because she's still invisible. She was preparing an attack, but that's not the same as actually making the attack, and therefore she's still invisible. So he cannot target Sarah because either one of the spells he would use would require him being able to see her. Can't see Pogo because Pogo has full cover behind the rocks there. He can see Arteme, can see Nazim, and can see Norak. This is going to be between Nazim and Arteme. I'm going to roll a percentile dice 1 to 50, he's going to point at Nazim, knowing that he's already more injured and is, floating down from the ceiling there. 51 to 100 is going to be Arteme because she's, like eye level with him, essentially, down in the broom. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that is Nazim by 1 point.
About as close as you're going to get it.
All right, well, this could go real bad, guys. We're about to find out. So this is going to be a Finger of Death at Nazim. Nazim, go ahead and roll a DC 20 con save. You can just click yourself and then click that button
Sorry
there.
that you don't have Bardic Inspiration. Ooh.
Well, I'm going to roll this. This is going to be a bit of a cliffhanger to end on. 67 damage to Nazim. And all of you do know that if a person, because Nazim had done this, if a creature is killed by Finger of Death, not only do they not, just fall unconscious, but they are immediately... Oh, hang on. Killed by this spell rise.
Next turn.
It is next turn, but he isn't... Shit, it is... Okay. I need to look at... Okay, there's...
We get 1 round to get him at least...
That's it. You have to get him... Yeah, exactly. Because he's at 0, but if he's raised before the next turn, which technically you guys can probably do, but you are at 0... Oh, shit, no, not even that, because that's not how that's supposed to work. It is supposed to be killed by this. It doesn't matter if he gets healed or not before the next turn. He'd still... The thing is there's no death saves involved. I need to look at this. Let me look at that. I don't want to run too far over. When people got to go, and I need to take care of Esther here, anyways. But as all of you just saw, Nazim is impacted by Finger of Death and falls to the ground unconscious. You do have an expectation of what is likely to occur next. That Nazim is likely to raise as a zombie under the Lich's control, and we will end there. Specifically, the thing I need to look up is whether death saves factor in here at all, because it says killed, not knocked unconscious. Technically, when you hit 0, you're just knocked unconscious. The excess damage would not be enough to just outright kill you when you have 100-something hit points normally. So I don't think you're outright killed. I need to see how that is supposed to work. So let me look that up. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and call it here.